This is the start of a brand new series. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Lizzie and I'm a Disney plush collector from the UK. So happy Tuesday, I hope you're having a great start to your week. I am here with a new series that I'm going to be doing where I'm going to try and give you advice from one plush collector to another. But this video, as the kind of introductory one, more speaks to people who want to start a plush collection and haven't yet. But if you do already have a plush collection, I might still be able to help you, so keep watching to the end and let me know what you thought in the comments. So I've got a few ideas for a few videos that I can do in the coming months, but if there's anything else you want to know that I haven't covered, again, please let me know either in the comments or on Instagram, Lizzie and the Magic, and I will do a video about that topic. But this one is going to be, where do I start? So I thought I would begin this video by kind of talking about the history of plush, which I was inspired by the Disney 100 exhibition to add this in, and if you haven't seen my vlog of that, I will leave a card up above. In the store at the end, there was a poster telling you about the history that Disney has with the company Steiff, and I thought it was really interesting. I learnt a lot and I wanted to share that with you. So I've gone back a bit further and said, well, where did plush come from? And I fell down a bit of a rabbit hole on the internet. So obviously toys have been around for many, many years. You can say that rag dolls that were made of old scraps of fabric count as plush, and sock animals count as plush as well, which have been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. But in the early 1900s, we have Marguerite Steiff, a disabled woman from Germany who caught polio when she was a child, which meant that she had less strength in her right arm. She wanted to be a seamstress, so when she completed her training, she bought herself a sewing machine to compensate for that weakness in her arm. And then once she found the fabric felt, she began to make stuffed animals for her friends and family, which led to her selling them in her store. This shop then became the Steiff Company, and with the help of her nephew Richard Steiff, they became popular in the US. Later becoming, and I feel like everybody knows this, being called teddy bears because of the US President Theodore Roosevelt. So that's just a very quick history of plush, or soft toys, or stuffed animals, whatever you want to call them. And if you're like me and tell people that you collect plush, they will go, what? And you have to go, soft toys. And they're like, ah, I got you. And shortly after the Steiff Bear was created, I also learned that Peter Rabbit from the Beatrix Potter books was the first character to be patented to be made into soft toys. I would have assumed that was Mickey Mouse, but actually Steiff and Disney didn't create a partnership until 1931, according to the board that I saw at the Disney 100 exhibition. So it says, visionary founders, creative excellence and enduring legacy, enthusiastic fans. These are just some of the attributes that Disney and Steiff share. They are the cornerstones of a partnership that began in the 1930s and that continues to this day. It all started with a mouse, Walt Disney once said of his company, and it was with this very character that Disney's relationship with Steiff began. The first version of Mickey by Steiff made its debut in 1931, and 30,000 were quickly sold. Minnie Mouse joined the range from 1932. From children's plush in unlimited editions to limited collector's editions and extremely rare one-offs for special events or auctions, Steiff has produced more than 100 Disney items. In addition to numerous variations of Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Steiff has plushified an enormous range of characters from all Disney eras. In 2023, when the Walt Disney Company celebrates 100 years of wonder, the trusted collaboration with Steiff will continue with more exclusive collector's items and new unlimited Steiff items. And I do actually own a few Steiffs. I've been hoping to show you my Steiff collection, so I will be doing that very soon because I recently got 2 Grail Steiffs that I wanted. But just for clarification on that, I don't own the really, really expensive Steiffs. I've always wanted to, but I've just never been able to kind of justify that money. But I do have some really special ones that I'd like to share with you at some point. So with the history of plush there, I did mention a big brand, Steiff. There are many, many plush brands, both well-known and lesser known. So I'd say the most well-known ones you will have are and these aren't necessarily Disney ones either. You've got Stife, Russ, Charlie Bear, Jellycat, Squishmallow, Simba toys, and then within that you've got different types of plush from those ranges. So Jellycat will have Amusables, which is generally their food range. They've also got Toothies, which is what I started collecting Jellycats with, and if you didn't see my Jellycat collection, I did this a few years back. I look a lot younger, but if you want to see that video, I will leave a card up above. And the same goes for Disney. So the Disney plush that I collect the most are the ones that come from the official Disney store website. But I do also buy some from Simba and Posh Paws and other companies. But even within Disney, you've got different plushes. So you've got Munchlings, you've got Tsum Tsums, you've got Foofies, New Emos, Wishables. You've got monthly collections like Mickey Mouse, the main attraction behind me. You've got Big Feet behind me as well. There are all kinds of different plush you can choose from. So here is my top tips for starting a plush collection from a plush collector. And obviously I've dressed for the occasion because I'm wearing my Stitch plush snuddy from Primark. So my biggest piece of advice would be, don't try to collect everything. I know that looks ridiculous when you see what's behind me, but I do not own everything. I went through a phase of trying to collect every single Wishable there was, and it was getting ridiculous. People were reselling them for £100 when they cost $15 originally. So you just kind of have to let go of the idea of having to collect everything. This is something I learnt the hard way with Squishmallows, because when they first came out in the UK they didn't sell the Disney ones, so I just wanted all of them. And then when the Disney ones started coming over, I was like, I've got to scale back, just collect the Disney and a few animals that I really like, so sloths, dogs, etc. And we'll talk about downsizing collections in another video, but that's basically what I had to do with my Squishmallow collection. I had to scale it back. Another big piece of advice would be to decide early if you want to collect one of these monthly collections like Mickey Mouse the main attraction. So on the 19th of January the Stitch Attack Snacks has just come out, so it should still be in stock at the time of this video going up if you're watching it fairly soon. I will leave an affiliate link to the plush that's just come out if you would like to start collecting that. And if you're not aware, an affiliate link is a link where at no extra cost to you I gain a commission from the company, because I'm the one who has led to you purchasing that, so it's kind of a little reward for me, but it doesn't cost you a thing. I say decide early because with a lot of these ones the kind of resellers will sell out the January one so that they can charge a much higher price towards the end of the year to catch people that have February to December and are missing January. It happened most famously with Mickey Memories because the January plush probably still goes for about £150 when it started off at $25. So decide very early on if you would like to collect a monthly collection. And there's also no harm in buying it and returning it if you change your mind if it gets there and you don't like it, because we don't have the luxury of having the local Disney store to go to anymore. I think that's a big thing that puts people off, that they can't see them, and that is why I do Disney plush reviews on this channel. So I would highly recommend subscribing if you haven't already and ringing the notification bell so that you get a notification when I upload a new video, as I like to review plush, show you how big they are, what the features of them are, whether I think they're worth the money, although worth is obviously personal to each person, but I just try and help you make an informed decision if you're on the fence. And then my final piece of advice that comes from the kind of resale / second-hand market is to try and see whether you can find deals or bundles. So on Vinted, if you go onto a person's profile, if you scroll down, sometimes they will have bundles on where you save 5%, 10%, whatever it is, if you buy multiple things from them, and then the postage is combined so you get more plush for less money. You can find them just doing bundles anyway, where they might have photographed 4 or 5 plushes in the same listing. I would just double check the description first that they are definitely all being sold together before you purchase them, but it is a good way of getting more plush for cheaper, and a lot of people will bundle them by a fill. The best kind of places to get second-hand plush would be charity shops, car boots, and eBay and Vinted, but you do have to be careful that they haven't overinflated the prices on those two sites. If you would like Disney Plush but find the Disney store to be quite expensive, you can also find Disney Plush in most supermarkets in the UK. You can find them in card shops and gift shops in the UK. Primark also do their own Disney Plush. They do their own Disney Munchlings as well. I will leave a video in my description of the latest Disney Munchlings series that Primark have bought out. They're not even mystery either, so you don't have to worry about getting duplicates. So there are many ways that you can collect plush even if your budget is low. If you decide to collect something that is mystery, such as Wishables when they were around, Munchlings which have kind of replaced them, you can trade them. There are Facebook groups you can join that are for trading. If you don't want to sell them on, you specifically want to get one in its place. They don't allow you to just return them, which is obviously not ideal, but you can understand why. They just don't want all of these open boxes coming back to them. So there are communities on Facebook that will let you trade them. So when I also say don't collect everything, I would focus on something you really, really love. So I collect Oliver and Company, the Aristocats, Robin Hood. They're all together on a shelf. I collect anything to do with Walt Disney, although that's not always plush. But I wouldn't just collect for the sake of it. Collect because you really like it and it means a lot to you. And I think that would be it for my main advice. I've got other pieces of advice coming about how to care for them, and I did do a video last year about trying to clean a plush that I bought that was dirty. So if you're worried about secondhand plushes, you can always wash them in the washing machine as long as you're careful. So I'll leave a card up above to that video if it's of interest. But that is all of the main tips I've got for you. In this series, I'm planning to talk about how I care for them, keep them in mint condition, how I keep the area they're in clean, what I do about downsizing, all kinds of stuff. But if there is anything you would like me to cover, I would love it if you would leave it in the comments so that I know that it's information that you want and it's also helping me think of ideas. So that is it from me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you on Friday for another video, so enjoy the rest of your week and I will hopefully see you then. Bye friends!